What is up, everyone? Jereshia here, your favorite millennial mentor and founder of the Goal Getter Group, where I help women who work a 9-to-5 build a business on the side. I'm so excited. I'm exhausted, to be quite honest with you as well, but super, super excited because I just got home from doing my first keynote speech at a major university. I got the opportunity this evening to speak at Michigan State University here. To a group of students on like breaking the glass ceiling and just what that meant for me in my own career and what that can mean for them. So it was an awesome opportunity. I'm still kind of in awe that even happened, because I'm like, what? You guys all showed up right now to actually talk to me? Like, super cool. But I'm going to try to get this stuff shared so everybody else can hop on and join us live right now. And of course my stuff isn't working, so whatever. But I wanted to just chat about the experience because how I even got the opportunity was really unique to me. I didn't pitch myself to Michigan State or anything like that. They contacted the company that I work for, and that's how I got this opportunity to speak. And I think it really goes to show about like how you build your personal brand as an individual and like treating yourself like a business, because you really are one. How that was really game changer for me. And basically I got this opportunity. So I've been building up my brand personally, just internal of my company and externally. But my company had featured me on they use my face basically as like the branding for one of our STEM conferences that we sponsored and attended this past year. So my face was like everywhere in regards to all of our marketing efforts, and my face was on the back of like this magazine. And basically the Michigan State saw my face on the back of the magazine and decided to Google me. And like, thank God, my Google game was strong. Because when they Googled me, like then my LinkedIn page popped up, all of my businesses popped up, like a robust list and history of myself popped up. And that's what afforded me the opportunity to come speak to them this evening, because they saw my LinkedIn page, they saw the stuff that I was doing, they were inspired by it. So they invited me to come speak to their students about breaking the glass ceiling and just what that means for me, how I've advanced in my career. And I just think that's so dope, how that happened, because in so many situations, I know so many people that, like, even when I do intern recruiting now, when I Google candidates, it's really interesting to see what people have out there about themselves and how little or how much of an online presence they have. So I'm really thankful that my LinkedIn page was together, my stuff was together. I don't have any like craziness out there about Jereshia Hawk on Google, but that's how I got the opportunity. And I don't know, like it's still, I thought it was a very humbling experience to be invited to know that younger women are looking up to me as like a figure of inspiration and empowerment. About defying the limiting beliefs and going beyond what's expected and really just being authentic to my truth and allowing me being the example for them. Such a humbling experience. Like speaking to the women and the fellows that came out tonight guys, it was just the most amazing experience. But I think a unique part about it for me is just the shift in the dynamic, because it's like I've been grinding and hustling and working so hard to get to this spot where like I want to be this leader. I want to be this, like authority figure where I'm able to empower and inspire other people to walk in their truth, to be authentic to themselves, to feel comfortable, to have a voice at the table. And like, it's happening. Like people who came out tonight literally came to hear me speak. And that was just such a humbling and rewarding moment for me. Because I feel like I'm just a young thug still trying to figure it out. And to so many of them, it's like, I have reached a level of success that is admired, and it is a stepping stone that they're trying to accomplish and reach in their own personal lives and within their career. And I need to stop downplaying where I'm at in my life at my age, especially because to me, it's just like I'm just hustling, I'm working, I'm grinding, like I'm doing the things that I know I'm destined that I should be doing. But I'm not really looking at it from the outside looking in. Like to me, this is just my life. Like this is just what I do. But to so many others, my story and my life is such an inspiration. And it's something I think that all of us can relate to that. All of us have a unique story that we should be sharing with the world, because you never know who you could be inspiring and motivating by just sharing your journey and how you've got to where you are right now. There's people who are trying just to get to where you are. So it was a really humbling experience. One that was definitely for the books, being able to speak to a major university like that. But I really want to talk about the fact that you guys, we all are a business, and we need to treat ourselves like a business, because you never know who's watching you to give you an opportunity. And because of how you're moving and the accomplishments you're doing and the things that you're standing for and whatever, that's going to allot you an opportunity without you even having to pitch yourself. And I think that, again, that's just really what allowed me to have this opportunity this evening, because it's just how I've been branding myself. And so really, and I guess people ask, well, how am I supposed to brand myself? Like, you know, what am I supposed to stand for? How do I do that necessarily? And I think first and foremost, like, I think you need to understand, what is your mission? What do you want to be known for in the industry? You know, when people think of you, what do you want them to think of? And for me, I really want to be known, like when I die and when I'm gone, I want to be responsible for increasing the representation of women in higher level leadership positions, both within corporate America and with entrepreneurship. Like that's my lane. Like that's what I want to be known for. And that's currently now why I do all of what I do, because it feeds that larger purpose ultimately at the end of the day. So I think for all of you guys who are watching this, really understand, what do you want to be known for? Like if you were gone, dead, and whatever, when people are like remembering you and talking about, you know, when Tasha was, you know, the mover and shaker in regards to creating housing opportunities for people who, you know, didn't have homes. Like, what do you want to be known for? What do you want to be known for? And then how can you start educating and putting yourself out there in the light that lets people know that that's what you stand for? So like for me, my LinkedIn page, you know, definitely focuses about me being an engineer and just being a minority in the engineering field. I'm in like a 1% in the country, being a female who's African American, who also holds an engineering degree. And I'm very vocal about it, about what my experience is like, how others can overcome some of the, you know, corporate challenges I've been faced because I look different. You know, the Google article came out. A number of people made publications about natural hair being unprofessional in the work environment, and my picture was featured in that. So it's like, how are you now creating avenues to be that voice of change, or to be that change agent in whatever space or area that you want to be known for when you're gone? And how can you just create opportunities for yourself, just to let people know that that's what you stand for? Thank you. And that's really what I've been trying to do. And I think, and, you know, if you scroll through and I think it goes as far as like everything that you put out. So if you scroll through my social media, if you scroll through my Instagram or my Facebook, or you Google me, you see a lot of those, like the things that I talk about, the things that I choose to post and share on social media ultimately feeds back into that. You know, it's me sharing my life experiences. It's me sharing my journey. It's me being really transparent on what it's like to do all the things that I do, but ultimately it all feeds back to my larger mission. And I think that's really important. I think a lot of us don't leverage the internet and leverage like our social media platforms to be the voice and the change agents that we want to be in our lives. We kind of look at it as either we're just on social media to lurk on other people, or you know, whatever, like you're just sharing, you know, maybe, I don't know, but I'm very intentional with my social media platforms, because it's another way for you to brand yourself. What you choose to write about on your social media posts, what you choose to put on your LinkedIn page, the comments, the things you choose to share all are reflective of who you are, and people make perceptions and judgments based on what they see. So if I go to your Facebook page and all I see you talking about is like nagging about negative stuff, or like caught up in drama, and that's all you're talking about, I'm going to form a perception about you. And that can limit potential opportunities, because I've already formed a perception of you. And if you don't fit a certain image or whatever that I may think, I don't think that, you know, that doesn't serve your larger mission, you really could be missing out on stuff. Because people just think, oh, it's just social media, it doesn't matter. It's like it definitely does, especially in this digital age, because everybody Googles everybody. Like even when I'm interviewing candidates for an internship or full-time offer, the first thing I do is Google them. And we're human. You're going to form perceptions about what you see, read, and hear about people before you meet them. That's just, we're human. So it's all about how do you want to show up in the world and how do you want other people to perceive and judge you? How you dress, the way you carry yourself, like if you're put together and have your makeup done or not, like all people are making judgments constantly. So, and I think that we need to be intentional with what do we want our brands to be? What do we want to stand for? And I think just as a business would have a guiding principles and value statements, they have a strategic direction on where they want to go. We should have those things for our personal lives. So like, what are your core values? What do you stand for? What are your guiding principles as you as a human in life? And I'll share a little bit with you guys about mine. Like when it comes to relationships, I'm like who I choose to date or who I determine whether or not it will be like a close relationship and friend wise or not, is I base it on 3 principles: consistency, commitment, and character. And that's how I determine whether or not like how much I should invest in another human being, whether that be like a relationship, like a boyfriend, or whether that be like even a girlfriend. Like those are my core principles when it comes to me evaluating relationships. Kind of like my core values or things I live by are going beyond the expected, engaging in high quality experiences, defying stereotypes, and empowering others to do the same. Those are my that's my standard that of quality that I try to live by in all things that I do. So like I'm all about like the hawk hustle is what I call it. That's like my motto that I like to define how I live my life and how I show up in the world is my hawk hustle. But it's all based on a principle of personal excellence. So every single day I choose to be my personal best. And how can I just be a better human than I was the day before? And then based off those core principles of how can I continuously go beyond the expected? How can I continuously challenge the stereotypes and defy limiting beliefs that may be formed or may exist around being a woman that I am? And how can I also empower others to do the same? So I treat Jereshia Hawk like a business. My strategic goals and my plans, like I know I have at least direction or an idea of where I want to be a year from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now. I post my goals around my home. I have my vision board. And because I have all this stuff doesn't mean I have it all figured out. And I think that that's something I really want to talk about. Because just because I have a plan, really, you should be viewing your strategic plan or your life plan just as that. It just gives you direction. So it's kind of like when you log in onto your maps on your phone and you put in a destination, it gives you a route. That's like your plan. It's just your route. Now, sometimes when you start driving, detours happen, a car accident happens, there's a traffic jam, so you have to go left or you have to go right. In life, that happens too. So your plan, which I think we all should have, just gives you navigation. It gives you a route that you could take. But you also need to be flexible that when life happens that you may have to detour, it may take you a little bit longer to reach your destination, and that's completely okay because it's part of your journey. It's part of just getting there. So that's something I treat, myself in the exact same way. I have quarterly reviews for myself. So I make my goals and my plans in 90-day periods. And I check in every 90 days. Like, are my priorities still the same? Have my priorities changed? Do my goals need to change based off of my priorities shifting and changing? And I think, people think like, Jay, that's like, overkill or whatever. But I just really believe that we have one life. I think people forget that like we're going to die. And I don't know, like to me, it's like, I'm not going to be here for forever. So I'm going to make the best of it every single day. I'm going to be my personal best every single day. And how can I just continue to use my God-given gifts to continue to serve as much as I possibly can while I'm here on this earth? I think so many people walk through the world just so passively and like they're not about to die one day. Like that to me is motivation enough. I'm not going to be here forever. So why would I waste time, not being intentional or not being thoughtful with how I'm spending my time? Because I don't believe in time management really. Like, honestly, time is going to pass regardless. So how can you manage something that's like, you can't stop it. But we all are you can manage your actions. I think it's all about action management. So what are you choosing to spend your time on? Because all of us, people said, I'm a procrastinator, I'm inconsistent. That's not true either. Everybody here is consistent. Because if you're like acting and doing, no matter what, you're consistent. Maybe you're just not consistent in the areas that you want to be. But if maybe, you always come home and you watch TV and that means you never get to work on your business. I mean, you're consistent. You can just consistently do things that aren't serving your larger purpose or the mission you say that you want to have for yourself. So how can you start managing your actions better that ultimately serves a larger goal of where you want to be? So I'm just saying all that to say, like, I think that we should be more intentional with branding ourselves based off of what we want to be known for when we're gone and dead. And if you can't think about life like that far out, what do you want to be known for in the next year, in the next 6 months, in the next 30 days? And start shaping your actions, the activities you choose to get involved with outside of work or in the community, on the leadership roles you decide to take on, the things you share and post on social media, the type of content, what you're reading, what you're consuming, what you're watching, what you're allowing to influence your life. You can be more intentional on the things that you choose to do and the things that you choose to take up your time, because now you know what the goal is, where you're going and why you're getting there. So I'm just really humbled to be able to speak at Michigan State today. It was such an awesome experience. It's just wild, guys. I did my first keynote tonight. It was so cool, but it was really inspiring to hear the other students, hear their stories and experiences, to be a role model for them. To share my contact information and all that stuff, to keep in contact and have new mentees. Like, I'm really looking forward to these students reaching back out and leveraging me, and really utilizing me to be a mentor, to be whatever they need me to be in that capacity. Like, it was such an awesome experience. And like, I'm still kind of like, that really happened. They really wanted me to talk and to come hear me speak. I know I do this all the time on Facebook Live, but it's like different in real life to me. I don't know why. But it was such an awesome experience, and I can't wait to continue speaking at different universities and different events on, breaking the glass ceiling and going beyond what's expected, and just really how to empower others to operate in their authentic truth. So I'm really excited. I'm going to butcher your name. Is it Dahlia? I can't say your name. I'm really apologize. If you can like type it out how I'm supposed to say it, please do. But I think it's awesome that you're talking to your business partner about your plans, what you want to do, and making sure that they're integrated. I think that's critical. I don't believe in work-life management either, or work-life balance. Like, I really believe in like work-life integration, that all the things that you're doing in your world should serve each other and should support each other, which ultimately supports your larger mission in life. So I think that's awesome that you're already having those conversations. But yeah, I'm super pumped. So thank you guys for tuning in. I just want to hop on and share the excitement and kind of also just document this excitement. I think that's important too. One of my good friends was just telling me, like, when you're having these awesome moments, make sure that you're documenting them, because I think life happens so fast. Document the times where like life is on this amazing high, so you can go back and watch it later and just, remember this. And I'm just really, really excited this evening. I'm exhausted. I'm about to take a shower, eat, and go to bed. But I'm just really grateful to have the opportunity. I'm grateful for my company for really giving me a platform to have a voice and to be seen. I'm also very happy that I've been intentional with, building my personal brand, just so that when people do see me, that, they feel the need or the urge to reach out and invite me to come speak. I'm really grateful for all of you guys here for being a constant support system for me along my journey of developing my business and just growing in my career. You guys inspire me, I hope, just as much as I inspire you. Seeing your guys is winning, and like knowing that the things and the content that I'm putting out are helping you become better people is like why I do all of what I do. Like you guys are literally bringing the goal getter mission to life. And that's what it's all about. So keep being great. Keep moving that needle. Remember what Jereshia said, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Have a great evening.